All right, in this video, I want to talk about a simple way to test out, products and keywords to see which ones are going to result in, you getting any sort of traction or commissions or sales, and then my process of testing and scaling up with those different keywords that are, producing commissions. So I would start off by selecting a couple of different niches or a couple of different products or services that you can promote, maybe and spreading those across a handful of different websites. And this is just a quick way to test, and once you kind of figure out which ones are the winners, then you can concentrate and spend more time and effort on it, because you don't really want to be spending your effort and your time on scaling up things that maybe aren't going to produce any results. You may get traffic, but you just want to use your time wisely and concentrate on the winners. But you want to have some systems in place to test things quickly. So this is kind of my process for doing that. So you would select a couple of different niches, because you don't know which one's going to be like the home run or the base hit one here. And so, let's just say out of 3 different niches, after a month or 2, you've got one that's bringing in some commissions, one that's bringing in more commissions, and one that didn't really do anything. So what I would do from there is focus on the ones that are making money, and then build separate sites specifically for those, or you can just create more content on the existing sites that you have for those particular products and services to scale them up and earn more commissions. So this is how I would quickly test these keywords to see if they stick and see if they get any kind of results. And I say quickly because it doesn't really take a lot of time to implement this. It may take a couple of weeks or maybe even a month or 2 to see the results of this effort that you put in, but in order to implement this, it's not going to take that very long. So the general gist of this strategy is basically we're going to just sort of throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, and there's a couple of different ways to do this. So you can do this either by, I call it a tag stuffing, stuffing lots of relevant tags into WordPress posts. That's the free method. Or you can use a plugin that I like to use called SERP Shaker, which is a tool that is designed for building mass page sites. It's just about $100. I highly recommend it. It's got a bunch of other features here, which I'll probably go into depth in another video when I teach you some other different methods to scale and apply this general long tail strategy. But I'm going to go over these 2 methods first, of how to kind of insert your keywords and how to how this works and why it's effective. So first, let's do the post method. So let's just select a niche here. Let's just go with something like hunting knife and see what we get. So how this works is that you would type in your article here, and then you would basically just copy this list of keywords, and I don't like them lowercase here, so I like to use tools like Case Converter that's going to convert them into uppercase. And I would just select some of these, copy them in here, click proper case, and it's going to capitalize all of them, because it just to me it looks kind of unprofessional if these posts get indexed and in the search engine it's all lowercase. It doesn't really look that professional to me. And then in order to, if you're going to drop a lot of tags into a post, they need to have a comma in between them. So to do that, there's a free tool called delim, and the term for this is called delimiter. And so you would drop your list of capitalized keywords in here, click this little arrow, and then select and copy them, and then you can paste them into your tags area, click add, and now it's going to be formatted properly. So you would just paste your article in here, and you can just use one article for this. So the reason I figured out this strategy is because this is something that is taught in the SERP Shaker training. When building the sites, you can add tags, and what's funny is that the tags actually get indexed as well, unless you turn them off, unless you disable that within your SEO plugins or SEO tool on your WordPress site. But if not, then the tags are going to actually get indexed as well, and they get indexed. And when they get indexed, if somebody clicks on the tag in the search engine, it'll just take them to this post here. So I thought that was a really neat way to just kind of siphon all kinds of long tail traffic without writing tons and tons of articles. Now the caveat to this strategy is that even though it works and is effective, and you'll probably once these sites get indexed, those long tail keywords will start to bring in lots of organic traffic, and your site traffic will go up, and then it will probably get slapped eventually by Google, because apparently this is sort of a spammy method in the eyes of Google. So even though it works, and it's very effective for several months, eventually they'll come around and probably slap these sites. So I kind of consider these, or this strategy, or these sites that you apply this strategy to be sort of spammy throwaway sites. But for just a couple of bucks for a domain, it's not that much to invest. And honestly, if you do this a lot, you're probably going to earn hundreds of thousands of dollars for each of these domains before they ever get touched by Google. And so that's one method or strategy to accomplish this. The other method is by using a tool called SERP Shaker. So SERP Shaker is pretty simple. How it works is you've got these short codes which you can add, and basically if wherever a short code is in the particular post that you're creating within SERP Shaker, it will rotate. It will create as many articles as there are keywords in this shortcode list here. So you could basically copy this list of keywords here and then create a shortcode and call it hunting knife, and then click save. And I don't know how many keywords were in that list. Let's just say like 30 or 40. Then we can go create our article. And let's just say we wrote a unique article. You could even kind of put spin text in here if you want to make it that much more unique. But you put your title up here, you put your text here, and then to insert the short code, you would just click this little SERP Shaker icon and click hunting knife. And then once you come down here and select build pages, it's going to build out however many pages are in this shortcode. So if there's like 30 hunting knife keywords, it's going to build out 30 pages. But if there's like 300 or 3,000, which a lot of times the keywords that you're trying to, the long tail keywords that you're trying to go after, you're trying to, again, throw as many long tail keywords at the wall as possible and see which ones stick. And then of course, as you're creating these sites, before you hit post, if you've got WP Zero Bounce installed, you can add your link here, and that's very important, because there's no sense in getting the traffic if you can't like redirect it to a relevant offer, because you don't want to miss this step, because the only other option for people to be redirected is through the global URL that you've got plugged in your settings of WP Zero Bounce. So again, if this is an article about hunting knives and you accidentally forget to add this URL in here, the easiest way to resolve that is once it's built. Once these pages are built, hopefully you'll realize that you didn't insert the URL in there pretty soon after. But then this button will turn to delete pages, so you can delete those pages instantly, and then add your link in here and then rebuild it out, and those pages will get spit out, and they will just I don't do anything to index them quickly or anything like that, or speed up the rate of these pages and posts are being indexed. So I just let Google naturally index them and do their thing. That's why I apply the same strategy to multiple domains, because I don't know which one Google is going to rank first. I don't really care. I just know that this strategy works, and it's a fast, simple way to test to see which product or keyword is going to get me the results fastest. And then once I get any sort of traction and see which one's converting and get me some results and some sales, then I'll come back and evaluate those results in a couple weeks, and then based on what's happening with those sites, I will start to build out more posts or more domains, or concentrate more exclusively on that particular product or service or niche or topic, and scale up those profits. Because if I'm making $100 just by throwing stuff at the wall, imagine how much more money I could make if I actually spent some time and focused on scaling up that particular product or service. So this is how I test and scale new niches and topics quickly. And again, how it works is we're basically leveraging this long tail traffic and across multiple different websites. And the reason these tags or these posts are getting indexed is because there's just simply no other content at all out there on the internet a lot of times for these super long tail keywords. And even though this is duplicate content potentially, that literally just having some content related to the topic or long tail keyword and having that long tail keyword in the actual title, which to do that you can just drop this short code in the title here. That's all it takes to rank and get traffic for these keywords. And so once we get the traffic coming in and we're tagging them with our affiliate link using the WP Zero Bounce plugin, we're going to start to see some results a lot of times. And then once we do, we'll have a much clearer picture on the products and services that we should focus on in order to scale up and make more money.